It's a freezing -3 in early winter today. This is December, and already we are seeing very hard frosts and sub-zero temperatures. I thought I'd share a very quick December tour of the garden, warts and all. You can see some of my shambles attempts at wrapping the plants, but it's good to have this on record so that you can contrast what the garden looks like from season to season. It's worth a disclaimer that the way that I overwinter my plants, or indeed choose not to, it's not a prescription for how you should treat your garden. I'm also very much into experimentation, seeing what boundaries I can push, seeing what will work and what won't. But I will share my findings on here either way. It's a great way to document how the garden responds to how I treat it from winter to winter. Let's have a look around then. In there is my very small gunnera, which I decided to leave outside, and even after protecting it by covering it with its leaves, which are really hard, frozen stiff, it still attempted to grow another leaf there at the very end of autumn. The Yucca rostrata, which I've decided not to protect, I left it out like that all last winter and it was fine. The Wagnerianus, no protection on that one either. Again, from experience, it does just fine being left. Look at that. Beautiful to look at. That will need repotting next year. Here we have the first of my arrow bamboo on this side. Also left to face the elements. Hopefully it will be fine. Euphorbia blue swan there, which, as you can see, listen to that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. The plants look so beautiful to me, even when frozen. We'll see how that fares. Some good old favourites in the border that won't be bothered by this cold. Okay, my Charlie boy Cordyline. I don't know whether or not this is going to survive out here. If it doesn't, I hope to source another. But I wrapped it with fleece, and as you can see, I gave it a bit of a top hat to keep the water off, to keep the rain off. We'll have to see. Tied the leaves up, wrapped it, bunched up the fleece around the base. We'll just have to see what happens. One of my Fatsias there has taken the brunt of the cold, but it will be absolutely fine. Now, this is the first of my planters where I did nothing and should have done something. It's a Tetrapanax in there, which is definitely not the Rex variety. It's certainly not grown very big in this planter for the whole of the season. Doesn't excite me that much, to be honest. It's surrounded in a bit of butterbur as well. It's one of those planters that just needs a bit of love, but I didn't give it. Yucca gloriosa over there. Another Trachea over there, looking fine. Red Robin, not bothered at all by the cold. Philostachys nigra, also left there to fend for itself. Another Trachycarpus fortunei, which I've not protected, as it will come through just fine. Under this cardboard box, I have my small Dicksonia antarctica tree fern, which is also wrapped in fleece. So I'm hoping that the cardboard has taken the brunt there of the frost. Time will tell. I've protected the crown best I can. It gets to a point where you just got to say to yourself, look, if it doesn't pull through, it doesn't pull through, and we try again next season with something else. Another arrow bamboo there, quite a tall one, stretching up there into the backdrop. Phormium. A revived cordyline, which I should perhaps protect. In fact, I think I will. Too late, obviously, for this spell, but I lost this cordyline once, or at least I thought I had, and it's grown again from the trunk and also from the base. The more hardier of the cordylines, though, the green ones are. But Fatsia, which I'll leave, some shrubs. How beautiful is that? Camerops, which I've not protected, which was possibly a mistake, given that it's had to start again there from the crown. Another Fatsia, and under there is my Camadoria radicalis, hardy down to -5. And what has the winter already given it? -5. So we're going to really test whether or not it is indeed hardy. It's Sonia Antarctica there with straw in the crown. I've not wrapped any of the trunk with fleece. I've protected the new fronds to come by doing that, and I hope that it's enough. Brunera, gone to sleep. Schefflera Taiwaniana, the leaves bow down there with the weight of the frost, but that will bounce back. It has done from previous heavy frosts. Using the Lianthus major, I'm expecting it to die back. I didn't cut it back. We'll see what the winter does with that, but it is going to come back anyway from the base. It is hardy in the UK. There's a small Tetrapanax back there as well that I didn't protect, but we have had some natural mulch from the cherry blossom leaves there. We'll see if that pulls through. Euphorbium rifra. And a gigantic structure that is my banana protection. There's about 4 large ones under there. I'll have to share with you in a separate video how I created this monstrosity, but if that doesn't protect it with all of that, I don't think I'll be trying anything beyond that, to be honest. Ginger in there that came up very late last season that I almost forgot about, to be honest. I've not done anything to mulch that, but the plants that I really love, I've made an effort with. Under there is my Butia odorata. It's supposed to be somewhat hardy in the UK, but I've not taken any risks. I've covered it with fleece in the hopes that that will preserve it. I did say it would be warts and all. Here's a banana mousse sabazdu in a pot that I didn't protect. I forgot about it, and by the time I remembered, it had already been caught by the frost. I do believe it will shoot again from the base next year. There's the garden, a very different picture from how it looks in the summer and spring. But this is the UK. We definitely get a taste of all 4 seasons, and this is what it looks like at the start of a very cold winter indeed. That's it for this one. I hope your winter gardens are looking gorgeous and that the evergreens are shining through. It can be very tempting to wish the season away and to wish for spring. We all say it on the groups, roll on spring, etc. But without this lull, the garden wouldn't be as gorgeous as it is in spring. It's time to rest. Before we know it, we'll be bursting with colour again. That's it for this one. See you on the next one.